General Andrews,
And the Dream Stream presents Rapid Runs!
In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, real start. Sorry about that. It's a really fun game. I really like this. I'm not even stressed out this time. Unlike Adventure Island,
Yeah,
so stressful.
I don't think there's a comparison. Adventure Island is just cruel. Felix the cat is nice. So what can you tell me about Felix? Like, what kind of mechanics are in this speedrun? Because I feel, even though this is on the NES, not a lot of people have played this one.
Oh, this is really underrated. It has a progressive power-up system. Like, each time you get a heart, after a few Felix the cat coins, you get a power-up that transforms you. It gives you more HP and makes you more powerful. Not like right now, I'm a car. I don't really need to get more power-ups, so I can just keep going.
Yeah, I
It's
feel
for-
this... No, sorry, you go.
It's for safety, first of all, and second of all, you get projectiles like this. Oops. Oh, I need to enter this. Come on.
Yeah, like this came such a weird time, and I think kind of like Western media, because Felix, he did have a cartoon show in like the 1990s, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, at least here, I don't know what it was like in like other places or America or Canada, like nobody watched Felix. He was kind of in the same kind of, I think, lineage as like Betty Boop and kind of like really old cartoons, and really, again, like super unpopular because I like when I made a Twitch account, I don't know what that noise was, by the way, sorry. But when I made a Twitch account, a lot of the games that I saw on Twitch were pretty logical. Like I was like, oh yeah, like I played that growing up, or like one of my friends had it, or like friends talking about it or whatever. This one, as you said, like completely under the radar. I never knew that this game actually existed until I was an adult on Twitch.
And it's a shame, right?
Yeah, it was, I think, a pretty formidable platformer. Like, it's pretty polished, and the controls are pretty good. I told you in a message earlier, like, I blind raced this with one of my Twitch friends a long time ago, and it took us about 50 minutes each to beat the game, and we were kind of surprised with how short it was, but, like, Felix controls really well. He does exactly as you want him to do with the controls. I don't know if that changes in, like, a speedrun context or whatever, but...
Oh, are you kidding me? Of course. I played a bit too risky, but that's fine. Oh. Come on, brain.
So is there an instant death in this, or do you just didn't have a heart or health
I
buffer?
didn't have any power-ups, so it was a one-hit, yes. Like right now, I need to be really careful. One more hit. No, two more hits. Okay, that was a bad first warp because of the two deaths.
So what happens in game over in this game?
You restart the whole world if I remember correctly. So right now I don't want to die. If I
Yeah.
get far into the second world. This is a flying section. And the gameplay is pretty varied. Like you have shmups like this. It can be a submarine, it's pretty cool. I'm really sad this was never re-released in any form, and Konami own everything that 𝐂𝐻𝐍𝐍𝐄𝐎𝐓 made. So yeah, it's pretty sad.
So this was Konami?
𝐂𝐻𝐍𝐶𝐈, but Konami bought all 𝐂𝐻𝐶𝐈 assets when they bankrupt. I think it was 2006, if I remember correctly.
Huh, that's cool. I actually didn't know that one.
Yeah, so Adventure Island, everything is owned by Konami.
Well, I'm sure they'll use those IPs and create some great pachinko machines. That's not supposed to be a joke. That's all they do now. It's horrible.
So sad.
It is! Like, they stood on so many good franchises, and all they do is pump out pachinko machines. So.
This is so aggravating.
Yeah. So what made you want to pick up this one?
For my cat charity, and also I heard great things about this, and the people were not wrong. Controls feel great. Graphics are beautiful. The music is cheery and upbeat. This game is, well, maybe not perfect, but it's very good. It's very above average. An easy 8 or 9 out of 10.
I remember really liking it when we blind raced it. But it's funny because we probably did this almost 5 years ago. It was very early on Twitch, like when I made my account. And I've never played it again after that, so...
Ag is not ideal, except in a few places. Like when you're too close and there is a ceiling, your shot will miss. That's annoying.
So Felix has different attacks based on the power-ups that he has. So what is ideal for the speedrun? Or would you kind of look
most of the time they only they get only one power up, the magician power up.
So that's the one where like stars shoot out of him, I take it.
Yeah, most of the time they use that. For the final boss, they go all the way to the tank form. But I think that's the only time they do it. They go all the way to the last transformation. Oh, the music is so upbeat and cheery. Always put me in a good mood. Oops.
So do they just use the final tank for like an extra health or something like that in the end boss, or does it do more damage?
I think it's more for safety, but it might be for damage actually also. I was watching the world record run earlier and I thought he beat the final boss quite fast, so I'm pretty sure it does a bit more damage as well. But, don't quote me on that, I'm not 100% sure. Whoa!
Felix wasting one of his 9 lives there, literally and metaphorically. Uh-oh! Okay. Maybe he decided to lose the other 8 suddenly as well. Is this one of those games that you get lives through points?
Yes.
Oh, okay, because I was going to say, I noticed that you're at 0 and now you're back at 1 or something. I'm not quite sure where you accumulated that.
Yeah, it's from the points I gather through items. Oh, something I didn't mention yet. You see the arts on the top left corner? It's a power-up duration counter. When the arts disappear, you get to a previous transformation.
Right, I completely forgot about that mechanic.
So it's kind of like Adventure Island in the way that you have a stamina bar, but it doesn't kill you when it gets to 0. You just revert back to one form, so it's much more... how should I say that?
Forgiving.
Yeah, forgiving, lenient. Yeah, exactly.
Less cruel.
Less
human.
Yeah.
Humane. A lot
Exactly.
of gunshot. That's such a weird mechanic. I wonder why they decided to include that one.
Good question.
I mean, like, you're not quite punishing the player, and you develop something that's also not quite punishing the player, but at the same time, like, it's still a step backwards, and you're punishing the player.
Mm-hmm. When you pull off the speedrun for Adventure Island 2, it's so satisfying. The sense of speed and the rush of adrenaline you get when you finish a level with 1 bar of stamina. But yeah, it's pretty brutal. Oh, you see,
I can
now
relate to
I'm
that,
at
obviously. with
3
Bucky.
hearts, so I will soon lose my ship. Not ship plane. Wrong word. Okay, let's enter the back now.
Is there a difference between this little ship and then balloon?
It's because I can shoot straight forward with the plane.
Oh, okay.
Like right now,
I see.
I have to aim with an angle. I think they do the same damage, but not 100% sure. I just started running this game like 2 months ago.
Do you want to maybe mention your cat charity? Because I watched some of those streams too. And
Oh
it's
yes,
pretty fun
yes.
time.
Yeah, I practice this mainly for my cat charity.
Let's
And,
maybe tell everybody what's going on there, because I thought that was a great idea, and I like that a lot.
Thank you, thank you. That's very kind of you. Well, I do mostly cat games to gather money for death row cats and shelter cats and abandoned cats and feral cats, depending on the org we are helping. First time we did Team Cat Rescue in Ontario. This time we did Cat Town in Oakland, California. Oops, I should go there instead. And it was really a fun and fulfilling experience. We gathered more than 2K for the kitties. Probably saved a bunch of them that would have died, that would have been euthanized instead. And if I can, change a bit that sad reality, then my mission is fulfilled.
I thought that was a great idea. And I watched Bucky and I watched Bubsy.
Oh, you watch Bubsy 1 or 2? I played both.
Whatever, I don't know which one the bonus games are in.
Oh,
there's
it's the second one.
Okay, the Bubsy 2. And then there was one more I was there for and I was lurking and I can't remember which one it was. It was like SWAT Cats or whatever.
Oh, SWAT Cats is pretty bad.
Yes!
I actually didn't complete that one. I was like, whoa.
Yeah,
the platforming sections are really janky, and you attack like 2 feet in front of your character. Really short attack. And you can level up, but it takes way too much time to gain levels, and the boss battles are kind of like a shmup in mode 7, and it's way too disorienting. It spins around and whoa, it goes faster and faster and faster, and I thought that viewers could get sick just by watching, potentially.
I was surprised. Like, it was making me feel a little bit uncomfortable, but I've never had that issue with video games before, except for one. And there is the guy, and I'm trying to remember the name. Maybe somebody in chat knows because it's kind of infamous. But PJ ran it, and he ran it at a GDQ a long time ago. But the camera is so utterly insane. Like, you're spinning around almost 360 degrees, like, constantly. And the guy, maybe the game had something like Mohawk or something in the title. And I think it was like a Super Nintendo or Genesis game for sure. But it is worth looking up that game, specifically the GDQ run, and then just seeing how disorientating and crazy the camera is.
For sure. And I really didn't like that. I thought it was neat in a way, like technically impressive, but in practice it was way too disorienting.
Yeah, no, I saw that too, and I was like, dang. But,
Like it was in my speedrun list at first, but I should have tested it more before. And then I was like, no, I can't put that in my race, which I didn't even finish, by the way. I felt sick that day, and I almost didn't sleep
oh, there you go.
that last night. So I said, oh, screw it, I can't finish. I'm very sorry, but at that point we're over 2K of donations, so I was able to let go and say, okay, you already did great. You can rest.
Yeah, 2000 is fantastic. That was a great marathon.
Et voila. The bosses aren't
sorry.
too bad.
Mohawk and headphone jack. That is the game. That is correct.
Mohawk. Oh, I think I know that game.
It's worth looking up that run later on just to see. It is like again insane. It's like I have no motion sickness, like no nothing. I could be on a roller coaster for like probably 2 hours, but like that game, it's just like no, it's gross.
It's gross.
It's insane. Like it's crazy.
Of course, we're skipping the cutscenes. Whoops. Press start.
So what was the hardest part about learning Felix?
Probably the UFO level that we'll get later, because you can't really power up in that level. You only have one form, and if you get it only once, you died. So you gotta be really careful. That's probably the hardest level, even more so than the final one. Oh wait, why did I didn't get into that? Oh, whatever. Let's keep moving.
That looked like Yoshi that just died. I guess it's supposed to be a green dinosaur or something.
Or Yoshi.
Oh, there he goes. He looks more like a dinosaur, but he's dead. He looks more like Yoshi.
Okay, I'm at 3 lives right now, so I should not game over unless I really mess up later. I really like the music. Oops.
So are there any bad mechanics for speedrunning? So I'm always kind of curious, especially when somebody like just learned the game, if there's anything that kind of sticks out that's like not designed.
Well, when you're the tank, it's really hard to attack in front of you in a small enclosed environment. Like if you have a ceiling on top of you, then you can't hit the enemy just next to you. It's kind of jank, but that's pretty much one of the only thing I think. Oh, right now I need to power up, but I won't have time, so I'm reverting back to the first form. But then I get this and I'm back into action.
See, I was wondering if the game would have just like dropped you to your death there. I'm like, okay.
No. And when you're at the first form, the stamina bar is it won't deplete anymore at that point.
Dead dinosaurs look like Yoshi. You know what I meant, Andrews.
Mm-hmm. Oh, almost got hit there. Oh, and the milk is to replenish the hearts. I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. Yeah, fun fact, I played this game at my first event, my first charity, at my first cat charity event, and at that point I was half dead at the end of the event, and I played this, and when I replayed like 6 months later, I didn't remember all of the game because I was way too tired the first time I did it. Actually game over 3 times and had to restart the game. First time I played really badly that time. I was way too tired.
Yeah, and just to confirm that, because I think Andrew's already answered, but Dante asked, do the abilities use up hearts?
No, they don't.
Yeah, so it's just like a timer that counts down and then you revert.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah.
And it's Felix, but with a gun.
I was literally just thinking, yo, Felix got a gun. Like, what's going on here? But
Oof, almost died. We're okay.
alright. Gun Felix is dead. We saved the world.
My evil counter. He doesn't have a magic bag. He has a gun!
What a wholesome world, except for that one Felix.
Yeah. Okay, this level is hard because you don't get multiple transformation. You only get the dolphin and then you're vulnerable.
That dolphin, when you jump, really doesn't look like he wants to be here.
You're right. He's like, no. Why? Why am I
He's
here?
like all happy until the jumping happens. He's like, no, no, no.
When he attacks him when jumping, right?
Yeah. He does not look like a happy boy.
Like right now, if I get hit, I die. So I'll be careful. A bit more careful and go slower. Oh, take that. So this is still a newish game for me, but I'm having so much fun. Even when I get less than ideal runs. I was about to say that it was a bad run, but actually, I'm almost beating my current split, so...
There you go, we're gonna make this a PB.
Maybe.
I hope so. I hope so. Dude, I'm so tempted to make that dolphin an emote. Oh, the face on him is it's amazing when he's attacking.
You're right. It's really funny. Hey, voila. Level finish. Okay, now we're underwater. Some worlds have only 1 or 2 levels. This world has only 2 levels. I don't know why. They ran out of time, maybe. That's one of the maybe.
No, sorry, you go.
I would say that's a tiny con to the game, but maybe not that much. Like just for consistency, I would have liked to see all the worlds getting as many levels.
Yeah, well, that's literally what I was just gonna say. Is like in some games, like you have like 3-1, 3-2, 3-3, and then in other games you have like 4-1, and then that's it. And it's like, well, what happened, developers?
What happened to this world? Yeah. Same thing for the world 8. It has only 1 level, the UFO world, and it's the level that you die in 1 hit. Always, you can't power up.
So it's kind of interesting. Most of the bosses stay on the right side like that. Did
That
they
was
ever move?
actually a gold.
Oh, nice.
I think I died here a bunch of times last time. Oops. This might be a PB. Red. Skipping the cutscene.
So what's the story? I always like that too, like when people explain, because you obviously miss like every cutscene and every story, everything.
Okay. The story is quite simple. Your girlfriend got abducted by the professor, and he's just like blackmailing you, like Felix. You won't get your girlfriend back. And he's like, giving you threats each time he calls you.
It's amazing. Typical girlfriends always being kidnapped. Typical professors always being evil.
Oh,
all the tropes of the 90s.
Whoops, I'll take that. Slippery stage. Whoops.
Felix is a hitman, but not by choice. Typical cats with magic bags, yeah. Typical cats with firearms. Like, we're striking off all the trope lists from the 90s. Is there ice physics in this level?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I just assumed with the snow, but I wasn't sure.
On these parts. Not all the level, but the ice cubes with the fishes, yes. Those parts are slippery.
Hey man, Felix had a gun, it wasn't me.
Like that.
See-
This world also has only 2 levels.
Weird.
And also 2 ice worlds. I don't know why they did that.
Some developer was super proud of their ice development levels. Their ice physics, rather.
Maybe. Oh, now I need R2. Whoops, never mind.
It's actually kind of interesting on the boss fights, like how much recoil they take.
Right?
That's not really a mechanic that I'm used to seeing, where if you like hit a boss, they go flying backwards like that.
They have it's stun like you. Actually, no, you don't have it's stun. That's pretty unique, you're right. Oh, another gold. Interesting.
There we go, we're on PB pace.
Won't say no to that, even though I had a really bad start. Like I would have reset there normally with deaths in the first world. Okay, that's the dreaded UFO level. Only 1 level in this world, and it's very hard and risky. It's an auto-scroller, so if you die, you lose a lot of time.
No checkpoints or anything?
There are, but not that many. I think there are 2 or 3 checkpoints in the level, and that's it.
Is it one hit death for the...
Yes, one hit death. Ah, crap.
I see, okay.
Had a tiny moment of inattention. That's why I really need to eventually not die at all in this level. Like I lost 15-20 seconds easily.
Are all the little things that like float on screen RNG, or is there patterns that you know that are coming?
I think it's always the same. I remember correctly. I just need to get good.
It looks like when Felix shoots and like the projectile is on screen, he can't shoot again. Is that true?
Yes, only 1 at a time. You're right.
That
So
makes
I
it...
really need to be precise and not mess up.
Yeah, that's a little bit tricky then.
I like the effect on the spaceship. Oh no, I forgot to. Ah crap! You also have a stamina bar in this mode, even though it's only 1 form. That's another reason why it's so hard. Right now, I need to get more coins to get milk and art, so I won't die. So right now, it's exactly like Adventure Island, but in a spaceship.
Yeah, that's pretty brutal. The fact that they take your stamina bar away too. Well, all of the guys there. All right.
Oof! Thought I was dying there. Oh no, crap! Like, this is the only level that I really don't like. I usually like shmups, by the way, but this one is too floaty.
Yeah, it seems like Felix doesn't have a lot of control when he's moving in this thing either.
When
Like
I press up, I go a little higher like this.
Yeah, like you bob and it looks like you really have to commit to your presses.
So I will probably need to practice this with save states soon. Ah, crap. So I don't mess up as much like right now. So if I die too many times, maybe I won't get the PB. But wait, actually my last split is really bad. So maybe it's still possible. Even if I die many times here.
That would be nice if there was like, because in Bucky, in one of the auto scrollers, there's actually like a 3-pixel window you can just stand there and then not get killed.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That'd be funny if there was just like a little spot you can stand this entire time.
Probably.
Hey, we're out of there. We're done. That's good.
Okay, last time here. But that's fine. I'm still ahead. I think it's going to be a small PB. Very small, but I'll take it. This is the final world. This one has 3 levels. Oops. So right now I need to power up. I'll do like the world record strat and go to the tank form for the final boss. I'm not sure about the damage, but it's way safer. You can shoot really far. And you have multiple HPs when you are a tank, so it's not as scary to fight the final boss. He's not that hard, but he's definitively harder than the other bosses. Almost done with the game. This is exactly why I took this game. First of all, I knew I would have time to practice this in my cat event, and second of all, worst case scenario, this is not that hard, so I can manage this in a no reset environment.
Yeah, third, it's not Adventure Island.
Yeah, exactly. That was a really bad choice, by the way, when I took that for the event. But hey, you live and you learn, right?
Oh, you gotta push yourself like that, I think, in every aspect of life.
Whoops.
You can't always be completely safe and comfortable. You gotta do things that extend outside your comfort zone.
Exactly, yes. Well said.
Even if said things include Adventure Island.
Okay, final level. A really fun and pleasant game. It's really sad how it's stuck on the NES, and it's a rare card too, so
Oh, it's one of those expensive ones.
yeah, it's worth the last time I checked it was 150 USD.
For just like a loose copy?
Yeah, it's not not an easy game to find. You have to pay for it. Quite steep.
But it's worth it for the dolphin's expression.
Yes! So pretty much the only easy way to play this game is to emulate it. Fortunately. And I'm not saying that in the sense that I don't like emulators, but it's kind of sad that if you want the card you need to pay a deep price. Okay, final boss. Weird thing, you can power up in the final boss room. So if you take the time to power up, it's not that hard. Like right now, I want to be the tank, so... Et voila.
So what is even this final boss?
What is what?
What is this final boss even? He's a dog?
Oh, it's the professor.
That's a professor! Dang! I thought that was a
Big-
dog!
He has a big mustache.
Okay. It's a professor, yeah, that's a black feeling professor.
Alright. Oh, no. Actually not a PB, but it was close. I lost too much time on World 8. But hey, I'm... Oh no, actually, it's a 2-second PB. Oh, cool.
Yeah, it says on your splits it was a PB.
Nice. So that was the
Nice.
game. Congratulations. At last, Felix, you rescued Kitty. I love you, Felix.
Oh, they're in love.
Yes.
Why is she still tied up? Or maybe we don't answer that, right?
Maybe they are into that.